Hello everybody, I hope you're having a great day. As you can see, there is a new vehicle in the faction. They actually replaced the in-game Vapid Victor for a very sexy Ford Crown Vic, or as it's called in-game, a Vapid Victor police interceptor. So very happy to have one of these in the game now, because I've wanted to drive one, and they're very good looking, drive well. They actually sit a little bit higher than the Stanley, so they have a bit more body roll through the corners, but with the way GTA's physics work, I find that actually helps you get through the corners a little bit better, unlike real life where you really don't want much body roll. But anyway, glad you guys can join me for another Let's Play. I hope you've enjoyed the other ones. Sorry I haven't had a chance to record. I have been playing on and off, just not as much as I've had a chance to normally do. But anyway, we're going to roll on patrol. Also, since the last episode, now you're going to see 3 Lincoln units instead of 2 Lincoln. 3 Lincoln means that they are from the Rockford Hills station. There are now 2 police stations in the server. There's 3 stations actually. There's the Vespucci HQ, which is normal. There is also the Rockford station now, and the MRS Mission Row station, which is where I am based out of. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We actually have a new station, so some people are up there, but I decided to stay with Mission Row, to stay with the old classic, and patrol from that area. So Mission Row is technically responsible for Mirror Park and the southern area of Los Santos, but we do not technically have red light came up pretty quick, but we do not technically have actual required patrol areas. You're still allowed to go where you want or need to go for the purpose of your patrol, so that's good, so you can still go and patrol in different areas as well. But definitely try and stay within your own and answer the calls within your own for sure. Right now we're going through the Mirror Park area, so we are 2 Lincoln 6. We get the Vapid Police Interceptor. I can't speak. Vapid Victor Police Interceptor out. And like I said, very good looking car. They did update it a bit to make it a bit more low poly and lore friendly. So it fits into the server. As you can see, it has the Vapid badging. And they also did a few things to the interior to make it slightly less HQ, so they just lowered the texture sizes and all that stuff. So they definitely did a few things to it to get it to work, and honestly, a car like this kind of fits into the server well, and even the lore aspect, because these cars are just retro at this point. There's not that many of them out there anyway in the real world, and it fits in with the aesthetic of GTA 5 pretty well, to be honest with you. One good thing about having these cars now is that a lot more people are in marked units, because a lot of people want to drive them because they look so cool and they're old school. I mean, obviously you still have your fans of the Scout and whatnot, but generally speaking, people just enjoy driving these cars, and it's cool. I know they've been requested for a very, very long time on the server, so yeah. Take a sip of my water, so if you hear me gurgling, you know why. I think they put the buffalo sound in as the sound file to go with this car, but it works well for the Vic. It sounds pretty close. Speaking of the Vic in real life, gas is starting to get up there, so it's getting to be a bit more expensive to drive than what it has normally. I'll just flick the lights on real quick just so you can see it. So yeah, a lot of it looks really good. It has the Argent light bar and whatnot. Definitely a very good looking car. They also came with the new point system for the penal code, so once you earn so many points on felonies and whatnot, you do have to go through court, and they will talk about possibly giving you life imprisonment and whatnot. Lots of cars there. There's another Crown Vic. Gave the friendly old siren yelp to each other. Looks like I need some fuel eventually. I'll fill up before I go off shift because 48% fuel is enough to get you through at least an hour or two of patrol, or even more. Unlike the Red County days, if you guys remember the Red County days, you saw me going in for gas at least like frig 2 or 3 times per patrol, and that would only be an hour and a little bit. You wanted to keep your fuel tank about 50, but it's not as big of an emergency here. I'd say you want to keep your fuel tank above the 25 mark for sure, because fuel just lasts so much longer. We're going to head into the downtown and then the Davis area as well and whatnot. Right now we're going into Mesa. Not even sure how many players are online. Actually, I didn't really look. 500 players. Actually, that's a little lower than what it normally is on a Friday, but things are starting to open back up in the real world, and that's the reality of things. So I'm glad things are starting to open back up. Thank God. It's been a long 3 months, I think, for everybody, or even 4 months in that case for some people, so it's nice. Hope the stream looks good. I did try and adjust the quality a little bit so that way it records more of the full screen. May not be perfect, but because I do like to alt tab in and out throughout the gameplay for my own sake, because sometimes you have to read the penal code and whatnot, just like certain sections of it. So hopefully it's good and you guys do enjoy this. I know it's a green light, but a lot of people like to run the lights sometimes, so you always just kind of want to look around to see if anybody's coming sometimes, because it is a good idea, a good way to avoid accidents, and yeah. Good thing is about this server, you don't have to social distance from each other. Fun fact, actually, when the coronavirus, or COVID-19 as we call it now officially, started spreading and whatnot through the U.S., some people did try to RP the coronavirus and stuff, and the admins had to put a stop to it, and I don't blame them, because it was creating quite the interesting environment, I guess would be the word for it. Apparently that guy's not going to take advantage of his green light. Alright, we're going to take that last call. Alright, we're going to roll to that last call, code 2. So code 2 high means you go with your lights on, but code 2 means you just drive normally, but slightly more accelerated sometimes. Generally just follow traffic laws and whatnot. So we're going to go take that call, take that guy's statement and whatnot, and we are going to go from there. Might be a bit of a quiet patrol, but that's fine too. Sometimes good for RP and whatnot. Here we come in the old Vic, here we come, better watch out. Sometimes I use signal lights, I mean, don't know why I bother, but I do it anyway. Alright, let's see. Need to get into the alleyway here, so I'll go down here and I'll do a bit of a U-turn just to get in there. Let's see. Alright, we're going to take this person's statement. Alright, always get their name and contact. Yeah, always start with their name and contact information so that way you can always get a hold of them and whatnot. Yeah, see, lots of people at Crown Vic. It's all we've seen out patrolling so far. Oops, they typed it right before I did. So now to get the story and then try to find out a bit more what happened. Got to try and ask some of the right questions to see if they've seen anybody or anything in particular like that to help us on an investigation if we can. I'm gonna go over and get her plate and stuff too, just so we have it at the end of this. Alright, so they're driving a Valkyringo, two Hispanics with white shirt, or a white and light gray shirt apparently. Alright, just seeing if she got me. Okay, I got mixed up. So the color of the vehicle is white or light gray. Now time to figure out what the suspects were wearing. I always take screenshots so I have the information saved in case I had to go back to it really quick. on a pause this for now, and I will see you guys back on the road in a minute. Alright guys, we are back out on patrol, so I just issued a lookout for the white Ingo Vulgar, just kind of a heads up that somebody that's a Hispanic male driving one may possibly be responsible for smashing windows in the area. So I will take a look out just to see if I see anything suspicious like that, just for my own sake, but sometimes it is very hard to prove situations like that that person is responsible. So things you gotta look for like that is like bloody knuckles and whatnot, and then go from there. But generally stuff like that can be very, very hard to prove without some very concrete evidence. A lot of cars out in this area today. Holy sweet Jesus, cops are down there too. Sheriffs are down there right now. Actually, they got their own version of the Crown Vic as well, which I see a lot of them are driving. Somebody just pulled over a tow truck. Whenever you see code 6, that means that we are investigating, or on scene investigating something of that nature. So let's say you pull over a vehicle, you'd say code 6 on the vehicle, your location, all that stuff, which means you're investigating that vehicle or the person for pulling them over. It's much easier than having 25 different codes that you need to remember, like what we used to do back in the Red County days. I said I hope you guys are enjoying these Let's Plays. This one may be a little slow just because I have to stop playing in about 25 minutes or so, but just want to give you guys updates and whatnot, and I hope you do enjoy this. Like I said, I enjoy just doing these as well and taking you on patrol, even if it is a bit slower or a fast patrol. It's fun to do them sometimes, and just do them for your guys' sake.
Three Lincoln. One, we're going to have a vehicle pursuit on a taxi in Strawberry and Davis, Innocent Bard, Airship and Supervisor to TAC 1, please.
Channel
Now we're
switch.
swerving left and right on the sidewalk.
User joined your channel.
The vehicle has slowed down, and they
User
have come
joined
to a
your
stop in the
channel.
middle of the road. We're on Roy Lowenstein, La Mesa, just by the train tracks. And now they're continuing off. They're heading still on north on Roy Lowenstein onto the train tracks, now back off. The driver may be intoxicated at this time.
Hold traffic real quick. What's the vehicle and charges?
It's a taxi, and
User
the charges
joined
are
your
going to be
channel.
vehicular endangerment at this time.
Keep on that.
We're now heading by the hospital and by the gas station in Strawberry and Capitol Boulevard. We're heading westbound, now northbound, heading back into Pillbox Hill. Traffic on left-hand side, watch out. We're under the Olympic Freeway, now heading northbound. We're approaching Pillbox Hill Bank. He's swerving left and right. He's still heading northbound on Strawberry Avenue and Vespucci Boulevard. Watch out, unit.
Alrighty. 2 out of 10, the pursuit line is now code 4. Other units going to go for interceptions at this time.
We're now
So scouting the intercept to go for interceptions.
heading east on Sinner Street and San Andreas Avenue over the bridge by MRS. Heading eastbound now, San Andreas Avenue. We're just over the bridge. He's still swerving.
Attack 1 for a vehicle
Harris
pursuit.
here. Harris here.
Oh, sorry.
Two either one's going to try and
The
make a way to
pursuit
Mirror Park.
speed is roughly 60 miles an hour at this time. Once it's clear, do I have permission for a pit at the time?
We're going eastbound on the eastern end of San Andreas Avenue, south of Mirror Park. We're
User
going to make
joined
a
your
southbound
channel.
turn. This is going to be Rancho Boulevard southbound from Mirror Park. Continuing southbound past Vespucci Boulevard southbound on Rancho Boulevard. This is a taxi. We're going
Do I have clearance for a pit?
You can go ahead for a pit.
very slowly going southbound, headed for Station 7 on Rancho Boulevard. They're underneath Palomino Freeway, out of it, still southbound.
Pit
There
successful.
we go.
Box.
We're north of Station 7 on Rancho Boulevard. They're being boxed in right now.
Alrighty, units, we're going to be L-tacking here. Final way of Rancho Boulevard, north of Station 7. Remain intact.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel.
So back for a few seconds, guys. What we are doing is we are just placing down a few traffic cones right now, so that way people don't just come barreling down and run us over, because that is a possibility. So better to be safe than sorry. They are getting the guy put into a cruiser right now, so that'll be good. Oh Jesus, didn't want to do that. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. What to do? There we go. That was a horrendously placed roadblock. But anyway, I'll be back with you guys in a few minutes. Brandon wanted to make it into Let's Play, so we're gonna give him a shout out. Hey Brendan Vano, how you doing? Alright guys, we are going to head back on patrol here, so yeah, good to go. Suspect got arrested and whatnot. They have a tow truck coming to pick up the taxi. Suspect, if it's not government owned anyway, and yeah, the guy will be taken away to Twin Towers Correctional Facility. What I ended up doing at the end was set up scene security, so that way people didn't come barreling through, running us over. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys are enjoying this Let's Play. And, oh, I still have my four-way flashers on. Let's turn those off. It's funny, at the scene, I counted the cars. I think there was 6 Crown Vics and 2 Vapid Scouts, which is basically the Vapid Explorer, or Ford Explorer version in this game. So, yeah, people are loving the Vics right now, and you'd love to see it. And, Brendan also wanted to say join the media relations team, so he'll get that in there as well. So yeah, like I said, guys, these Let's Plays are definitely fun to do, so hope you guys do enjoy watching them. Any suggestions or anything that you have for the future Let's Plays, please post it in the comments section. I cannot speak the comments. Yeah, post it in the comments section. Post it into the comments section of this video. And let me know what your suggestions are and whatnot. So I'm definitely open to constructive criticism. Been doing these Let's Plays a long time, so I kind of feel like I sort of know what I'm doing at this point. But like I said, I am new to the GTA 5 world for the Let's Plays. And heck, even GTA 5 as a whole, I still consider myself somewhat of a newbie. And I probably will feel that way for quite a while, because I talked to other PO2s and stuff that have been in the faction for a few months, and even they still feel pretty fresh. I mean, it does take a long time to become perfected, or I shouldn't say perfected, but become very, very good at what you're doing all the time. And like I said, I also had almost 10 years on Red County. I had that stuff remembered from up, down the back of my hand. Because you do it so long, get used to it, it just becomes natural instinct, and it's fun to grow and develop that way. So coming up through the downtown Vinewood area right now. Vinewood Boulevard is generally a somewhat busy street, as well as Hawick is also fairly busy. That's another one you gotta watch out for traffic sometimes and whatnot if you're out doing that kind of thing. Like I said, I do have the NVR mod installed that Jarman Russ uploaded. Him and Augie are also responsible, I think, for this Crown Victoria getting into GTA World, so thank you for them. And I do have his NVR installed, which is why the game looks a little bit nicer for sure than what it does by default. Just to note though, the MVR does not actually take away any frames per second. So if you're thinking about installing it because you don't have that good of a computer or something, definitely go ahead and install it. Won't be a problem, because all it does is it really changes the back-end files of the game to change the shader settings and the color settings and stuff. It doesn't actually do anything to the game that causes it to be more graphic or CPU intensive, for that matter. So figure that'd be a good tidbit for you guys to know. This is the licensing place for anybody new to GTA World thinking about joining. You will have to go there, take your driver's test, and get it over with. in order to be legal to drive anything except for the rental vehicle, and the rental vehicles you can only drive for the first 10 hours anyways that you joined GTA World. There is a slick top Vic and there's a full-fledged Vic. Literally just everybody's driving Crown Vics now. The other cars don't matter. Unless you're K9 and you're stuck in the Scout. But there are a few people that enjoy the Scout because it's faster or whatnot, but personally I enjoy the way what was the Stanley drives the most around the corners and whatnot. It's what I'm used to the most. Like I said, the Vic did change a little bit in the handling side with the new model installed, so that'll take just a little bit of adjusting, but nothing that you can't overcome. This looks like LAPD circa like 2016 right now with all the Vics going around. There's a Scout. I wonder if they just... Sheriff Department, I wonder if they crashed, which is probably likely, because normally they don't leave their vehicles sitting in the middle of the roadway. That was a very big problem in Wright County, was cops would just leave their cars in the middle of the road, wouldn't respawn them. Everybody seems to respawn their vehicles here, and it's very nice. They just take it, drop it off, and then head off duty. So it makes life easier for everybody, because that means that there's always a car available for you. You don't have to worry about running out. So in Wright County, on the San Andreas multiplayer days, there'd be like 40 cop cars down there, but by the end of a few hours, you'd end up being stuck down to like, I don't even know, I think it was closer to none. We definitely ran out a few times. There's a taxi Vic down there, I'm pretty sure, from the distance it looks like. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this guy doing? Alright, we're going to... Alright, that guy ran 3 red lights and drove on the wrong side of the road. So we're going to run his MDC here and find out what's going on. I do have to get running here in a few minutes, so hopefully this doesn't take too long. Plate is literally just 1-0. Never seen that before.
User joined your channel.
Hello there.
Howdy.
Hey, I passed my FTO exam.
Yay.
Yes, I'm almost a police officer 3. It was very hard. Anyway, that's why I came, so I'll get back to it.
What is it?
I said that's what I came, so I'm going back to it. To what I was doing.
Ah, there you go. I'm in the middle of a Let's Play right now and you're in it. I upgraded
Oh,
my
no.
Traffic Stop 2 Code 6 Adam because I'm not sure if the guy found his car or not. So I'm going to wait for backup before I engage the guy.
Wait, you're doing a let's play?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just had
no.
to call for backup for my traffic stop because the vehicle's reported stolen. I couldn't find it in the MDC or anything, so it wasn't showing up, and then they informed me it was
You
stolen.
didn't find the plate?
No, it wouldn't show up in the NDC. It's literally just 1-0.
It's probably faction.
Probably. I have backup coming anyway.
Fair enough.
I hope nothing crazy happens because I do not have time to deal with an arrest right now.
Oh no. I mean, if you ask for backup, you're most likely
I
gonna
know.
get arrested. But yeah, I'll get back to what I was doing. That's why I
Alright.
came. And hello everybody. I'm very thankful to be in this Let's Play. You don't even know.
User left your channel.
Jesus Christ, that was fun. Lots of cops here for this one. Man, that freaking car lot back there just has gun sounds going off the whole time. Let's see if he knows what his friend's name is. Usually they don't, because if it's a stolen car, they're not going to know their name. Alright, so we're going to cuff this guy and whatnot, detain him for investigative purposes. Does not mean he's under arrest yet, and I will let you guys know the result here in a little bit. So thank you guys for tuning in so far. I'll be back. Alright guys, welcome back to the Let's Play. I am going to have to end it here, however, because just got the guy processed and everything, but I have to head out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Glad you did get to see a bit of action and a little bit of the arrest. Well, I didn't get to see much of the arrest and whatnot because I didn't really put that in because processing is kind of boring because a lot of it is MDC work, and there is also roleplay involved, a bit of roleplay involved and whatnot when you're at the jail. But generally speaking, it's a little bit boring processing because you have to write up the trapper report and whatnot. So that's why I didn't include that in the video. So thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you all next time. Have a good night, everybody.